Hello, welcome to Star Wars Spelt Out. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and today, oh man, I'm not officially out of quarantine yet. I've got another 6 hours or something, 5 hours.
Not that you're counting.
Not that I'm counting, but yeah. I've been, actually, before we do that, let's just quickly bring in our guests. Catherine, Matt, how's it going, guys?
Woohoo!
I'm not going to do a full introduction.
We're one day closer.
Everybody knows who you are, where you come from. That Geek Pod, 3 Man to Baby poster, 3 Man to Baby, baby podcast. God, I'm so rusty. I haven't done anything. My brain hasn't been working.
Attack of the COVIDs.
Oh man, the COVIDs. The COVID's got me bad. I was complaining to the bad motivators that they'd put, like, their link wasn't setting to the right podcast, and I think I was just clicking on an old tweet or the wrong link, and it was totally me. And I just think, COVID brain has kicked in. So this could just be me slowing down halfway through this thing. So
it's going to be one foggy podcast, that's for sure.
It is, yeah. COVID, don't recommend it, really.
Not fun.
No.
Been there, got the poster, got the T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
Got the immunity.
Catherine, who's in like the highest risk, more than anybody, she's just like Neo in the Matrix, just like dodging COVID like crazy, attending 1,000 comedy festival shows, teaching unwashed children, and for somehow she's just ducking and weaving.
Look, there was somebody in my office who 2 weeks before the term broke up, she ended up testing positive, and the day before she'd been feeling sick, so telling me what to do to fill in her class, all without a mask on. Next day she was like texting me going, I test positive. I'm like, great, okay. But she's timed that just because she was flying back to America like a couple of days ago, so she came in just in the nick of time. If her partner had got it off her, he wasn't going. But so I dodged that then.
Well, this is the upside. This is the silver lining to getting COVID now. Is that, what are we, 6 weeks from celebration? 5 weeks from celebration? Is that?
Yeah.
It's 42 days, 6 weeks.
So that was my whole thing of just like, I'm going to get it the week before I go. They're not going to let me, something's going to happen. And now, like, let it ride. You can't stop me, at least until I shouldn't tempt fate with something like that. But
and that is why last night I was double masked.
All right.
So yes, I was at comedy festival, but had N95 and a cloth mask on, and I'm not eating and drinking indoors with other people. So I'm sitting on. Like in the city, sitting by myself on stairs, eating if I'm having to eat. Like
Can't
last
sit
night.
with us.
Well, the thing is now is that you don't need a test to get back into Australia now. So, as of, I think this week. I have to double check that.
Yeah.
So
No, that's good.
that means if you do get, if you catch it at Celebration, Catherine, you'll be okay. You don't have to go cosplaying in a hazmat suit. You're like, I'm Luke Skywalker in a hazmat suit. Haven't you seen that one where he's in head to toe PPE? Haven't you seen that Star Wars movie? It's just a matter of getting over there. Who would have thought that Australia would have had laxer COVID entry rules in the United States? But here we are.
Yeah.
I'm just excited. I remember 6 months ago, we're all podcasting. We're not going to make it. Damn it. It's not happening. I didn't even have a ticket. You two we were just looking at the government releases. Seeing what was happening.
Well, I was on your podcast, Matter, I remember, and I was just kind of saying, well, I'm begrudgingly sticking to my gun, saying this is going to happen. It's not over till it's over. It certainly looked like it was all over when especially in Melbourne, we were in another lockdown and stuff. But 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out, this looks like this train's gonna sail, as they say.
It's gonna fly.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I was optimistic as much as stubborn, just refusing to give up.
Yep.
And yes, and the fact it's sort of coming is is weird. Like I was at my travel agent this week to finalise a couple of things, and we'll meet up again. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm actually going. And today, I've been ordering a few more travel accessory things because, of course, I need to do more online shopping. And
Save some spending money though.
yeah, yeah, but it's happening. It's weird.
Do you find it weird? Like the thing that I find that I can't help myself, and this sounds quite bad. It was like, we've got a crew of people going. It's not as many people as last time. There's a lot of our friends who are going, but there are people who can't go for whatever reason or another, legitimate reasons. But at the same time, I keep going like, how could you not go? How could you be crazy? It's actually going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. Like you can't, and now you're just not going to go. Like it's like we thought it wasn't going to happen so many times, and then when it actually happens, you can't go. Like I absolutely understand why people can't go for whatever reason, but I just keep going like, how could you not? Like it's a miracle that it's actually happening, and you're still choosing not to go. But yeah, that sounds bad. I fully get why people can't go though. So
no, if this is going to be my first and probably last celebration, I think. I think this is my one and only, one and done. And yeah, I'm so excited. I've got movie level excitement as well. Movie level premiere excitement for 4 days of just Star Wars bliss, my Star Wars pilgrimage.
Well, it's actually going to be. I mean, we should talk about the elephant in the room. And I brought this up with King Tom when I had him on the podcast. Was the bloody Obi-Wan Kenobi premiere that moved after we moved heaven and earth to get there a day and a half earlier.
Heaven and earth emailed the Airbnb guy.
Yeah, going, hey, we still have to pay for it, and I hadn't bought my flight yet. But anyway. Did arrange to get into the country 24 hours earlier to watch Obi-Wan with all our mates, only for Ewan McGregor to just pop up with his handsome face and just go like, don't worry, guys. Schedule change. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. So I think it looks like we're going to get a day at Disneyland anyway. So it's not a bad trade-off.
So does that mean there's from midnight till 2 a.m. we're watching Obi-Wan?
On
the morning of the 27th, I think.
On the Thursday, there's Thursday midnight, Friday morning.
Yeah.
12:01.
Yep.
It drops, and we've got to watch 2 episodes. And
you would have already done a day of celebration. Actually, you would have already done a day at Disneyland, then a full day at celebration, and then you'll be staying up to do that. And
Catherine's going to be wrecked. Good luck, guys.
The night before. I mean, I can't speak to what's going to happen this time, but assuming that it's the same as last time, is that the night before celebration, everyone meets up at a bar or a hotel bar or whatever and catches up, and that's where you see most people. I think it'll be a little bit different this time, obviously, because we're going to Disney before, and we'll see some crew there and things, but there'll be social events happening, probably before Obi-Wan as well. There's a good chance we'll probably be somewhere and then have to find somewhere to watch it.
That date change, I mean, Lucasfilm does a lot of things. That one, I'm just like, okay, the 25th of May, we all understood that. It's the anniversary of the release. Great, kismet. Why the shift? And then why 2 episodes when there's only like 6? I don't know, but we'll get what we get and we don't get upset. Isn't that right?
There'll be some celebration tie-in. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's information starting to trickle through now, and that as far as panels go, they've said that we've got some solid stuff on panels now, which is good. So we know that there's definitely a future. It's not future filmmakers; it's future live action stuff. Panel. So that's going to be on the Thursday. Which again is kind of weird because I guess that's going to include Kenobi, but like, what's the point? Why don't you wait another day and then just talk about what you saw, right? Unless they're going to actually show an episode, but we'll see. But again, if they do that, then it's like, well, how many other shows are you going to talk about, and are we going to lose? How long does the panel usually go for? An hour?
An hour.
So we're going to lose half an hour of the panel showing an episode of something that we're going to see in 6 hours anyway.
Oh, an episode, they're about 50 minutes long, apparently. So,
Oh, right. Well, it couldn't be that. They do that. The whole panel's 10 minutes, and they're like, all right, well, here's the first episode of Kenobi now, everybody. Enjoy. So we didn't have time to talk about Andor.
Don't.
I really hope we run into Diego Luna on the street, because that would just be worth the price of admission.
Just up on the street.
Watching Catherine just sort of melt to the floor.
Just like trying to park his car or something. or trying to change a
he'll
tire.
park it very well.
Trying to change a tire.
Imagine he goes, we're one day closer to Andor.
It's like we're actually 1 meter closer to Andor. I think that's what it'll be. Catherine will get into the room, and we've already sort of established that through hookups and other people that you'll be in that panel one way or another, whether you get in or a friend gets you in, or even Maria from Sisters from Sabers, who's got a Jedi pass. She just said, I'll hook her up. Don't worry. Worst comes to worst. Catherine's in that panel. So now it's all basically going to be where does she sit? So it's we're 1 meter closer to Andor. She's you're just going, Catherine. You're like in the stadium going. What are we about 40 meters closer to Andor? All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better here. Let's try and get between 25 and 5 meters.
Now you were next to me at the episode 9 panel, which was the first big panel of 2019 celebration. How was that experience to be next to this?
It was fun. No, it was exciting. I just remember, that just getting into it was because it was like the basketball stadium in Chicago, and we just basically just walked in, and they sort of had curtains around the periphery of it, kind of like a concert, and then we walked through the curtains and we saw the big screen and everything, and I think that was the moment you kind of lost your shit for the first time of just like, oh wow, this is actually really happening. Yeah. Oh look, I just hope that this future live action gives enough love to everything. I would hate for them to breeze over some stuff or just kind of sacrifice guests and things just to try and cram 5 things into one panel.
And that's really the only panel they've announced, haven't they?
There's a Mando panel separate, so that helps. So there's a Filoni Favreau panel on the... I'm not sure if it's the Friday or the Saturday.
So that's on the Saturday. They're saying there's a panel booked on the Thursday, which is the future. The Mando on the Saturday. There's something on the Sunday, and that's where they're saying Fallen Order 2 is on the Friday. What's on the Sunday again?
There'll be there's a Bad Batch panel.
Oh, Bad Batch, that's it, yes.
There might still be... I mean, we don't know about an Attack of the Clones anniversary panel yet. Yeah. That'll probably all hinge on until they announce guests. If Hayden Christensen turns up, I think they'll wait. If they announce that he's going to be there, then they'll announce that panel, I reckon. Otherwise, it's going to be us and Tony Daniels hanging out as usual, which is always the go-to joke.
Yeah. So, Matt, there's what we call the big panels in the big basketball stadium. But then through the rest of the day, there were other things happening in the stadium, and then there were other smaller panels happening. So that's where I went to we went to the Resistance one, and we watched the first episode of season 2.
Yep.
Still the only episode of season 2 I've watched.
Just like, what happened to Niku? I've got to catch up with those crazy kids. Yeah, so they're really only the tentpole, like Mandalorian, Phantom Menace, episode 9, and
the Galaxy's
Edge were the 4 tentpole panels of these were basically these are the hardest panels to get into.
Yeah, they were the lottery.
They were the lottery panels, and then you could nominate 2 or 3 other ones that you could pretty much just get into. And they were in the basketball stadium. They had Clone Wars.
Nice.
They had Fallen Order, like you said. They had the Alan Tudyk one, Chat with Alan Tudyk.
Yes, the Chat with Alan Tudyk with the empty chair beside Alan Tudyk for the entirety of the panel. I heard
about this empty chair. That Turbo convinced you that Cassian Andor was coming out of out the side door.
Yes.
We're 1 meter closer to the empty chair. So, yeah, and then the Resistance wasn't in the stadium. It was in sort of the big room inside the convention center. like the music of the Phantom Menace one was in there. And then there's just like collecting, see like guys talking about Kenner toys, or there's like photography of things. And then it just kind of gets more and more niche as it goes down, basically. Yeah. There's just like people doing books, and there's authors, and there's all sorts of things. So
there's a podcasting room as well. And
Pink Milk got on that, which is good for them.
Be great.
We did not get on that stage, probably because I didn't apply for it. That's probably why. And frankly, who wants to see that? But I couldn't even make my damn appointment with Star Walking on the weekend, which I was absolutely bummed about. But it seems like they had a good time without me, which was good. I was like 24 hours away from doing it, and then I caught COVID. So sorry. Shout out Dale if you're listening, mate.
I'm surprised you didn't hologram in.
Well,
R2-D2 style.
I didn't really offer just because I was, one, stuck in my room. I didn't have my equipment properly. Two, I didn't feel great, which probably didn't really help. And I just didn't want to add another technical, layer on what was probably already a pretty technically difficult day, really. And I just thought, look, they can probably get by without me. So Matt, you're the first timer, as I said. So what's like buzzing around your head? Like, what are things that you're not quite sure about, or things that you think that you might want to know? Like that, do you want to know really, specific things? Or would you rather just be like, look, I'll just roll with it? Like we never traveled. Like Catherine and I, we've been to Celebration. We live in the same city. We hang out occasionally. We know each other pretty well. Got a pretty good gauge of, what's like being around the other person and so on. But like, are you just going to be like little, like, kid in a chocolate store with chocolate smeared all over his face, kind of running around?
Trust me, I'd be like a bull in a china store, just talking Thrawn to anyone who listen, and
you're a pretty big dude too, so like you'll just be sort of throwing your shoulders around and.
No, I'm so excited. Like, there's so many things to look forward to. Like, just being there, the energy in the room is going to be like, I reckon, like when Buddy kicked 1,000 goals, that's my energy level. So,
you want Kathy Kay to come out and announce, Daisy Ridley's coming back for episode 10, so you can storm the stage like when Buddy Franklin kicked his 1,000 goals, and you're just running on the stage, waiting for everybody to join you, and you're just awkwardly standing there trying to lift Kathleen Kennedy up on your shoulders and take a selfie.
It's okay. I'm from Australia. We're allowed to do this.
Yeah, don't you watch our niche sport?
No, like I don't have too many expectations. Like, I'm not like premier level movies, but I'm just excited to meet all these people we've spoken to on the internet and podcasted with and connected with, and then just the magic of the buzz of everyone. Everyone puts all that Twitter drama to the one side and just shares that love of Star Wars for 4 days. Like, and I'll be there for it and just.
Yeah, it's sort of it's the stuff that surrounds it. I think that was the sort of our biggest takeaway, I think, from Chicago was sort of, especially as it kind of goes on and you socialize more. And I think it's going to be even more social. I think it's going to be a broader social exercise than it was at Chicago. Like, we had a crew and we sort of saw, people that we knew who were staying near us, and we saw a lot of them, and we went to the same places and socialized. But I have a feeling because Anaheim's smaller and it's warmer, I think there'll be bigger out sort of socializing events with sort of larger swirls of people. Mm-hmm. I don't know that for sure, but I kind of feel like it's like, it's warm. Convention finishes 5 or 6, you go get a bite to eat, and everyone's down at downtown Disney, and everyone's sort of outside restaurants and bars, and I'm not too sure. Although today, it's a question that I get asked. I've been asked a few times. I don't know why they don't just go to the source, but we got the biggest indication that the Steel Wars event is going ahead on the Saturday as well. So that's good, because we hadn't really heard anything from that. And I didn't know. A couple of people said to me, "Do you know Steele's put this thing?" I'm like, like, you could ask him, and if you've asked him and he's given you nothing, then that's all I know. But that's always a good time.
Yeah, it was fantastic fun in Chicago with the fan fiction, and poor Emily being out the front as it being read out.
Yeah.
And Steele with a soundboard. It's always good.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing about that was, and I think we've touched on it, I think when we did the retrospective on these, I can't remember now, it's so long, but it was just like we'd gone to Steel Wars shows. Did you ever go to one when he was in Sydney or anything, Matt? Have you ever been to a live Steel Wars show?
No, I've never been to I can't believe my first one will be in America.
Well, we've gone to sort of a bunch of them, back in the day in Australia. So, we sort of knew the deal. So it was this weird sensation of being somewhere very familiar, but sort of completely unfamiliar because it was like full of people from the internet and stuff there, or people in another country, where it was this sort of familiar thing where you're like, oh, look, there's that guy we know. And there's some people that we've been at these shows with before, and they're all kind of sitting around us. And then it's like, oh, look, Eric Struthers is sitting over there, and Emily Lind is over there, and there's all these just sort of like, oh, Molly and Alex from Star Wars Explained just turned up. Okay, that's interesting. Like, it's just this weird sort of like, same but different. But good time, good fun night. I mean, we purposely kept that Saturday free just in case, so good to know that that'll be on.
Yeah.
That seems like we've got a jam-packed schedule. Like, what, Thursday, Kenobi, Friday, Disneyland night, Saturday,
Yes.
Steel, Sunday, closing ceremony, I guess.
Yeah, I think the Sith List have got something on Saturday night.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah, so it's pretty booked in. No sleep till Brooklyn, mate.
Oh, Jesus. I just know myself. I'm going to go too hard too soon, and then I'm gonna crash and burn and need a day to recover.
Well, yeah, that is a thing. Like, I was very excited even on that very first day, which was a preview day, which we're not having here in Anaheim. And, oh my God, it was too much. And then, that episode 9 panel day, in the morning, I remember turbo pacing as well, to get out of the Airbnb.
But that's, you know whose fault that was, though? That was King Tom's fault, because he was tweeting how he was already in the stadium at like 9 in the morning, and the panel didn't start till 11 or something. He got there. And Turbo's like walking and going, "Oh, King Tom's already there. King Tom's there." I'm like, "It doesn't start for 2 hours, and we know we can get in. Like, it's not like they're not going to let us in." That gave us this sort of extra sense of urgency.
But it was such an for me anyway. I found it such a big emotional day, and also meeting more friends. And by the end of the day, you're almost emotionally drained. Like, you're physically tired, but also your emotions have been at a 10 all day. So, it can be sort of that difficult to pace yourself almost. Because, you buzz around. And sometimes you forget to take a moment or to look around.
So hang on, is the Future Filmmakers Friday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah,
so it's
Thursday.
the first.
We don't have a preview day this year.
Yeah. Well, the thing about, preview day was intense just because everybody was on the floor because there was nowhere else to go. So it was really, really packed on the floor. And it's like, it feels like any other convention in that fact that there's like booths and you just walk around and there's stalls and blah, 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 blah. But because everybody was there and there was nothing else to do, it was very busy. By the time it got to the next day, it had thinned out because people were at different things. I think the most busy it was during that episode 9 panel on the floor because people all were watching it, but we were in the panel. So, So I don't think we'll necessarily have that sort of like I think, overwhelming experience on that first day where you just go there, you don't know what to expect, and like everyone's in your face and it's just like hard to get around, and which is partially maybe why they've got rid of it, because it's kind of makes sure you're not going to have a huge sort of concentration of people. But, I don't know. I don't know, Matt. What else is digging at you?
Well, I of course, being my first time, I have purchased my my tickets with the photo clicks with Anthony Daniels and Ian McDiarmid. So I've, I want to do this. Funnily enough, my card was compromised, or I had all these weird charges about an hour later, which has got to be the dodgy Celebration website that I entered my credit card details into. So I'm without a credit card at the moment. But,
really?
Yeah, I got hacked, but it could be my wife. My wife could have bought something. She bought something from some British store, and I'm going to let her think it was her. But because I didn't say, oh, by the way, I booked a photo with C-3PO and the Emperor, and now we have no credit card.
Why did I buy a Tony Daniels book and an extra signed thing and an extra signed thing? And I'm surprised that he's even doing it through the official thing. Like, I remember Hawes saying that one year it was just like take cash to the basement, and he was running his own like side hustle basically because he didn't want to have to give any. I guess he didn't want to have to give his cut to, Reed Pop or whatever else. He's like, people turn up for C-3PO. So it's all. He just goes home with a big suitcase, like I assume a golden suitcase, like a wheelie one that's just got like cash floating out the back of it.
Yeah, I haven't even looked properly at all those autographs or photo things yet.
Is it is an Andor photo? Will it happen if it happens? If it's there, will you take it up or?
If it goes up, I'm going to get 50 million notifications.
Yep,
I'm aware. And I don't even think you need to buy it.
Someone would GoFundMe for you.
I'm going to get persuaded because, I can get talked into things rather easily. Yeah, you're going to do it, Catherine. You're going to do it. And I'm going to be, no, it's too scary. And then you're all going to have to, like, hold my hand as I cry. And Diego Luna's going to go, what the hell? Who is
we can do Bernie style, just holding her up.
Well, I know that, hopefully that if it does happen, that doesn't get snapped up too quickly and it's not like the middle of the night. And that would be worse, that if you missed out and then the lingering, you'd be like, oh, I would have done it, But I feel like that we know enough people that, something could happen if it's just, a petition. Maybe there'd be a petition just like, come on, just one more slot, Diego. Hang around for another 30 seconds or however long these things take. Just for the...
Yeah. One thing with those like autograph and photograph slots, Matt, is watch the time you book them, and because if you miss it, you miss it. Like, I think they are pretty harsh on that type of thing. So
I think they give you like a window, don't they? They kind of like, well, you got to go between 1 and 1:30 and get in the line.
Yeah.
So
I think like they give you a window to get in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty tight. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what other, wisdom. I mean, I'm on all those like Facebook group. I'm on a few of those Facebook group things, and the same questions kind of come up over and over again. It seems to be mostly people just like, how do I buy a ticket? How do I sell a ticket? I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to go. I'm not vaccinated. What happens to me? Blah 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 blah. I'm just trying to, I think it's just going to run similar to Chicago. I don't think it's going to be too much different. Maybe the app will be a little bit more efficient. I think the lottery. You're sort of wondering what the deal with the lottery was, Matt.
Yeah, like I'm super because as I said, like I bought my ticket off Matt Grant, and I haven't been getting any email notifications about anything. I tried to buy some merch. I didn't have any logins, but they've been pretty good. I've messaged them. They've given me logins. They said we'll get your emails. So as long as you had no emails about the conference, other than Ayla Secure is now available. Shuck Tea's coming.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, that's all there is. Like
I haven't had an email in a little while, to be honest. So
I think the last one I got was like, hey, you've got 2 more days to change your address if you want to change your address. I think that was like the last, and that's it. Like I don't remember there being a ton of emails, until like the week or the week before, like the until especially as far as the panel stuff goes. I feel like it was just before we flew out. Or maybe just before you. I mean, you guys left a little bit before I did, but it was only a week or two. Like, it wasn't, And then as far as like, did you get into a panel? That was like the day before or 48 hours before. So, I don't think there's any.
I was trying to look up, when we were doing the panel stuff, and I remember we were over at Andy's apartment, because, and we were just putting in the number or whatever, but you get those emails and that information was pretty clear, as I remember, separate, and it wasn't like, oh, if you don't do it at this time, you're not in. It was a window.
Yeah, you had like 3 or 4 days, or might have even been a week to do it actually, and then it was like, here's a code, but if you've got to apply for a bunch, you got to apply as a group. You know, if you want to go with a bunch of people to these panels, you know, nominate the ones you want, and you'll go as a group kind of thing. And yeah, so I imagine it'll be the same thing for that. And some people will get in, some people won't. Maybe they'll do a 3, 2, 1. I want to go into this more than others, you know, and they do it like that. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. There were also other rooms, so it wasn't just you were on celebration floor. There were a couple of other rooms that were watching the live feed. Did they get the Mandalorian sneak bits?
No. So I think
not even in those.
No,
rooms.
I think the overflow rooms didn't. Oh, maybe no. I don't think they did. I don't think they did because I think Dallas or Luke were in those, and I don't think they got it. But I mean, they also do like lotteries for like exclusives, so like Funko and Hasbro and all that kind of shit as well. So, and you kind of just I think Lego. Yeah, I think you just automatically sign up for those. So I didn't get any of those last time. I think Turbo got Lego.
Yeah. I was looking through the old emails, and I was seeing entering for like the Hasbro and Lego and that. I'm like, did I?
I think it was like, let's just all go in them, and then if anybody wants something specifically, then we can get it. You know, like I wanted the Black Series, and I only got them because I got the excess stock like on the last day or whatever. So I didn't actually get the thing. But like, are you an exclusives guy, Matt? Do you want to like
definitely.
I want a Funko, or I want to.
I want your Funko passes if you don't want them, and I'll trade you I'll give you all my Black Series allocation.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a good little Jawa marketplace going here. But I'm going for the Funkos.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Funko guy. I don't know. I think I saw some kind of exclusive, like a Lando with a Millennium Falcon or something. Might have been I don't know if that was a celebration one or just a general convention one.
No, there's a few going out. There's a really cool looking Chewbacca celebration exclusive. My mate's already sent it to me. He's like, "Oh, can you get me one?" I'm like, "Mate, I'll be lucky to get one for me, let alone spares." But I will do my best. And
what about?
Plus, you never know.
Oh, you go, mate. Sorry.
I consider myself a pretty good talker at times. So
you will try to smooth talk the people at Funko.
I am going to go full Lando style if I can.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. What about you, Catherine? I know you like the itty bitties. Is there any Hallmark exclusive stuff that's coming out? They're a little bit easy. I think you got everything last time without any trouble.
Yeah,
you got mate buddy with the itty bitty people, didn't you?
Yeah, like I sort of hung around a bit, and I was very excited to get my itty bitty bandolier where you can put the itty bitties in, and before I went to Celebration, I was in Houston with friends, and I went to the Hallmark store, and I went nuts buying itty bitties, and then I went nuts buying itty bitties at Celebration, and I think Steele came across me there, and he knew one of the Hallmark people, so we got chatting.
Got the hook up
there. Yeah. But it was funny because I went to the Hallmark panel. And, they're all into all these other Hallmark things. I'm like, whatever's. Itty bitties. Because they're just not in Australia anymore. And Hallmark don't ship to Australia. It is the craziest thing.
So have you got like a laundry list of like, are you like 30 behind now kind of thing?
I'm probably beyond that. But it's just ridiculous. Like, because I did get my friend in America. I was like, went, okay, can you buy me all of these? Here's the money. So, she ordered them from Hallmark. So there was like a box of itty bitties waiting for me in Houston. Then I bought more. Yeah.
You were just like an importer, exporter kind of thing. You just got to the airport. They're like, ma'am, you have an unusual amount of small, cute plush toys here.
But then I saw
personal
on
use.
Instagram last night, Mando and Baby Yoda.
All right. Well, step back. I mean, I've got to try and get 50 beanies into America again this year, but so they've been ordered. They've been ordered and paid for. So in a week or two they'll turn up here, and I'll stare at that big box like I did 3 years ago, going, "How the hell am I going to get these over there?" But yeah, so they all got the whole allocation got snapped up. So I don't think there's going to be any spares. I think they're all going to be accounted for. I think the last person who got it was sorry if I'm going to misspell her. I'm going to mispronounce her name, but it's where is it? Christina Ariel from the High Republic show. She got the last one.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
So we actually follow
Big
each
time.
other on Twitter, and she was talking about meeting people at Celebration, and we exchanged a tweet or two, and then I was like, these, so I got these beanies, and I'm just like, do you want me to put one aside for her? And she's like, yes, absolutely. I'm like, all right. So I think she's the last. So there's actually a couple of names here who I'm not even sure are still coming to Celebration. So if it turns out that they can't go, or someone's getting it for them, if it turns out they're not coming up, there might be one or two left. But yeah, there won't be any sort of floating around.
I'll have a black market. I'll have Callan and Dylan's, and I'll swap it for a photo with Anthony Daniels after hours.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple. There's about a dozen that are for people in Australia as well, but so there'll probably be about 40 that'll have to get shipped over. And because I've got to bring yours back because Catherine is the only person else from Melbourne who's coming actually. So like last time I could palm a few off and get them to carry them themselves, but yeah. So I'm just sort of like at this stage now, like, well, that's all done, and do I go further? Do I do stickers or pins, or do I do anything else, or should I just let it rest and not bother myself anymore?
Stickers are pretty good.
Mm.
I've been looking into making some stickers, so if you want to combine and bulk orders, but then you have to carry them for me.
Yeah, Catherine's just whipping out some of the stickers.
Yeah. Good thing about stickers is that if they don't weigh anything, don't set off metal detectors, anything like that.
Well, I mean, the ones I did at Celebration was so niche, which was like that artwork I did for Emily's episode of the podcast where it's Ben Mendelsohn in the romance novel. Like it was so fun to give it out to confuse people, but it was so niche. It didn't achieve. It was funny to like 3 people. And it was really just to amuse myself and Emily, and that was it. And I had like 50 or 100 of them. I'm just like giving them out to these very confused looking people. Yeah, so I've got that Angels design that I've obviously got on the t-shirts and stuff. I was the other day Googling like custom hat, like baseball hats, and getting them printed so they look like a proper baseball hat. But I think it's going to be cost prohibitive unless I find some way to get them shipped directly from China. And that feels like it might be a step too far. And it's like, do I want to create another hat that's just going to stop me from wearing the other hat that I've already gone to all the trouble of doing, just because it'll be slightly cooler?
Well, mate, I've got my Starfighter in the Sky shirt on the way.
Nice.
It's I think I chose heather color. I can't even remember what color that is.
Did you get the front and back, or did you just go the front?
I think I just got the front, and I got my scruffy-looking podcasters combined at the same time. I just sort of got my a few little podcast favorites of mine just to make sure I represent.
Nice, yeah.
Got a few outfits to do, so that should be here. I bought that last Friday, so thank you.
Well, I did a bulk order because the front and back ones would only print from America, because they do print locally here, but not the front and back. So Catherine and I were like, bugger it, we'll do a bulk order and we'll get them shipped over. So we will actually hopefully get them in the next week or two. But yeah, they tend to do like a discount day before Celebration as well, where they're kind of like, hey, it's the last chance for you to order something and have it arrive before Celebration. So I might have to go back through and see if I can find anything else I like on the t-shirts thing. I don't know if I've got enough for every day yet, unless I just buy some there, but we'll see. What else, Matt? What else is burning, mate?
What else is burning? Not a lot else, man. I'm doing a bit of a Book of Boba rewatch just to. I was just going to watch episode 5 and 6, but I thought no. I want to go back. I want to because I saw Tam at the Gold Coast Comic-Con photos this week.
Oh yeah. I saw
that looked.
It was kind of weird because I was like, oh, he's too famous to go to an Australian con. I'm like, oh yeah, he's from New Zealand. Like he's probably been going to all these cons forever, and he's just gotten white hot again, off the back of this.
And so that's sort of got the juice. I mean, and it's close enough that we could have gone, but at the same time, it's just a little bit too much effort for one dude. Although we are flying all the way across the world for Anthony Daniels. So.
That's the way he likes it. You can tell him that. You're like, Anthony, I flew all the way over here just to see you.
I came here just for you. Who's coming in the photo with me, though? That's what I want to know. Because Josh, you said you're not a photo guy.
Oh, no, not really a photo guy. I don't know.
Catherine?
You'd be cool around Tony Daniels, wouldn't you, Catherine? Is there a yardstick? You're like, well, I lost my shit at Anthony Daniels. I'm not 100% sure I can keep it together for Diego Luna.
But you can work your way up. You can start small with Anthony Daniels and then build.
But maybe you need to go smaller again. You need to go like, some guy who was Stormtrooper number 3 or something, and
not Stormtrooper number 3. He's my favourite.
Work your way up to Tony Daniels and then work your way up to Diego Luna.
That would be so epic. I would just love. I mean, do you think Ewan and Hayden are going to be there? I just get that they're keeping that under wraps on purpose.
I think they will, but I could almost guarantee you Ewan McGregor won't be doing photos. But Hayden Christensen did at the last celebration, I think. I think it was pretty expensive. I think it was like $150 or something. But yeah, look, I would be very surprised if they weren't both there.
Why wouldn't Ewan do photos? It's just too hot
famous.
Right now.
Yeah, I think he'd just be like, you should be glad I'm already here.
He's just had a divorce, new wife.
New wife to pay for. You think what's he married to? He's married to the lady from I always say
someone.
Scott Pilgrim. Ramona Flowers. Isn't he married to Ramona Flowers?
Yeah. So, but I mean, the amount of money these guys make from a photo. Like let's say Ewan's $300 a photo. He does it for an hour, and he does 500 photos in 2 hours. That's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like he probably lives in LA. He'll just get on his motorbike. He'll drive down from his house. He'll pop in for the panels. He'll pop in for the Obi-Wan whatever panel bit they're going to do. I don't think he'd do Attack of the Clones, but I mean he showed up to the D23 for the announcement, so he'll do that. He did that. I just can't say. I think he's too. Is he the biggest? I don't know. Is he the biggest star in Star Wars currently working?
Oh, I think
is Harrison Ford still bigger?
Pedro Pascal
is he? But he's not a bigger star than Ewan McGregor, though.
No, I think Harrison takes the cake, but he's sort of not really with the franchise either. Like he's so far removed from Star Wars, though. He doesn't enjoy it.
He's kind of bigger than Star Wars as well. But
yeah,
I guess Natalie Portman. I guess Natalie Portman's probably the other one. Like who was the bigger? She's still pretty famous. I don't know if she's ever done a Star Wars celebration.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, she is almost Ewan level.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Well, she's in that same sort of bracket. She's a bona fide movie star.
She's an Oscar-winning actress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, not to put down the rest of the crew, but yeah. I mean, I think you can get Ewan back for Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I don't know if you can get him back to be doing photos with fans. I could be wrong.
But that's the thing. If let's say it was $500 US a photo, people would pay. There would be no shortage of.
I don't think it's the money. I think it's more he's just like, I don't want to do that. I'll come and I'll talk and I'll smile and I'll and the show's about to come out and I'll do some good vibes. Like, I think he would probably he would be more likely to be like on the celebration stage, on the floor, like come out and wave at that kind of thing, or even like do some kind of like stunt where he turns up at like, I don't know, some midnight screening at like the Scum and Villainy Cantina or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like viral event. Like, holy shit, you're going to just put up on his motorbike. He's like, hello, everybody. I'm here to watch the Obi-Wan. All right. Don't touch me. Okay. And then he like rack off and then, yeah. But
true.
Yeah.
Like, I think there'll be moments of like, I think because it's in LA and, you know, it's where the stars come out to play. I don't know if you know, guys. But I think that we'll get a lot of like, there'll be some names that'll turn up.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
You reckon Hamill will turn up?
Hamill loves it.
Yeah. But
he loves it.
Would he be this?
Does he do photos?
He usually does do photos.
Yeah.
I might get a dummy credit card just in case. I can't go through this. It still hasn't arrived.
You could see if you could apply for an American one and then just like max it out on Mark Hamill photos and then leave the country. Do what my friend in London did, where she maxed out her credit card before she moved back to Australia. It never went back.
Pretty sure that follows you around now.
I think it does. I don't know. This was like 2006, so who knows? Yeah, look, Hamill's a possibility. I don't know, but panel wise, like, what do you? I mean, put him on anything really. Doesn't really matter, does it? Just have an afternoon with Mark Hamill. Just tell the same stories. Who cares? Like,
yeah, because this is the first celebration. I know. Well, that was post Last Jedi, but you know, like post Skywalker saga, so he can sort of reflect on all of it. He can talk about his cameos in Mandalorian.
Well, you can just get CG Luke. We don't even need Mark Hamill. You can get CG. Maybe you can get a photo with CG Luke Skywalker, Matt, where you just rock up and they're like, hey, no, you spend $250 on a photo with Mark Hamill, and you rock up, you walk into a room and there's like nobody in there. You're like, what the hell is this? They're like, oh, just smile over there, and they take the photo, and there's just you looking confused with a CG like Luke Skywalker standing there behind that weird like kind of photo, you know, background.
Or Max Lloyd Jones walks out with like all those pins on his face. He's like, "Don't worry, we'll fix it up in post."
If I can be bothered to do the cover art for this, I'm going to do like an awkward like celebration photo of a CG Luke just sort of staring there with his dead eyes over into the distance.
Get him just in there.
Now, do we know? This is a very nerdy question. Do we know why there were two different people standing for Luke? Because I had a different person for end of season 2 Mando as opposed to in Boba Fett. Why did they have two people?
No idea. Post-COVID world availability.
But the first guy, he was.
Oh, he was in the episode.
He was
wasn't he?
in the show. Yeah, he was the X-wing, one of the X-wing pilots.
Maybe there's like a stunt Luke or another.
The other guy, Carson, who's in Kim's Convenience, you reckon he's going to be at Celebration?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's all this.
He's a cosplay.
Yeah, but like, what about all these like Mandalorian? You know, Carl Weathers. Is Carl Weathers? Is he already confirmed? No, Giancarlo Esposito, isn't he? Yeah,
he's confirmed. Carl Weathers is coming. The armorer lady's there. The Frosty's most hated character. I already bought him. I already said I'm buying you a armorer photo, and he's given me a few choice words to give to her when I see her.
Gina Carano coming.
She won't be there. She'll be protesting outside probably.
She'll be running.
She'll thank you for buying her Black Series.
She'll be. I sold it. I sold that Black Series.
Oh, that's right. You sold it at a massive profit.
Yeah, I did. So I can thank her for that. Yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch of Mandalorian, like, you know, Rosario Dawson's probably isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Joel Edgerton.
Ooh, Australia's own.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be weird going to an Australian star. I feel like I could almost, you know, I'd just see him down at Coles or something like that.
G'day, mate.
Yeah,
fellow Aussie.
You're like, how you doing?
Selfie.
Yeah, Shuey.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, look. Well, I think it'll start ramping up the next couple of weeks. You know.
I feel like it's a little bit of a teaser taste right now. just letting everyone speak.
Did Alan Tudyk do photos last time, Catherine? Do you remember?
I think he did. I can't really remember, but yeah, I think he did. And autographs, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I can't remember how far out they were announced, but I remember going through the lists pretty intensely of, do I want anything?
What about Felicity Jones? If Felicity Jones turned up, Catherine, would you cough up for a photo with her? Gin Erso?
Yeah.
No? I thought that might have been a slam dunk. You're like, no.
Yeah, I probably...
But I mean, I guess the
yeah.
biggest question as far as like, do we get any sequel trilogy people? Do you get your Daisy Ridleys? Do you get your John Boyegas? Do you get your Oscar Isaacs? Is that too pie in the sky? I mean, Oscar Isaac is he's probably the biggest star, active star going around at the moment.
Yeah, he's
box office now.
He's been in a lot of franchises too. He's been in X-Men, Star Wars. He's been in Marvel now. Mm-hmm. There's another one. There's something else he's been in.
And he's done a lot of movies like leading up to this of Dune. You know.
Dune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might. I mean, they were at Celebration, but none of those guys did photos or autographs.
No.
So
no.
So I wouldn't. Yeah,
Adam Driver wasn't even there.
No, I don't.
He's definitely,
he was the one who.
He's definitely grumpier than Harrison Ford.
I don't know if he's grumpy. I think he's just like, I don't care for all of that. Like I don't know. I think he's got a reputation because he's serious about his craft, but I think he's probably got a fun side, but I think as far as like, do I want to go to a Star Wars convention? I think he's like, F no, thank you.
I think he's goofier than what people think because I've watched his Saturday Night Live episodes.
We did that radar technician stuff. That was pretty funny.
That was hilarious.
That was so good.
Yeah, but I think
radar technician Matt.
The prospect of going into a Star Wars celebration is, I don't know. I wonder if he was at the Last Jedi or Force Awakens panels. I feel like he probably would have been at Force Awakens.
Yeah, I think he was at Force Awakens. I don't recall him being at other
Last
ones.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson going to turn up? That's who I'd like to meet. I'd like to just...
Taika.
I'd like to just sit and have lunch with Ryan Johnson and, split a salad and just chit-chat about movies and stuff. But Taika Waititi. When I get Taika Waititi, I'm like, he's from New Zealand. He's not that far. He works in Australia. Maybe I'd run into Taika Waititi at Coles again.
Where's this Coles?
Everyone's at Coles.
I don't know. I don't even shop at Coles. I usually shop at Woolies
or a Woolworths person for sure.
I shop at Woolies or Leo's or occasionally Aldi. I don't even really go to Coles. But anyway, it's the magical Coles where Taika Waititi and Joel Edgerton hang out.
Yeah, and Mendo's probably there as well.
Yeah, wow, Mendo.
I tried to find Natalie Portman at Double Bay Woolworths, but I never got there. But she was there a lot, and actually she was a client at my work, and I was kind of I said to all the guys, if we take her on as a client, I'm the Marvel Star Wars guy. You give it to me.
Like, yeah, she'll love that. Well, you're in your head. You're already just like, how am I going to break it to my wife that Natalie Portman's in love with me and I'm going to have to leave her? And how am I going to make that work? Like, you're like, well, I'm going to prepare. I never got that far ahead. You're like, let me just find out if she's in the if she's in the vegetable section. She's probably vegetarian.
So what are you doing at Coles again?
Yeah, she's like, I'm looking for Joel Edgerton and Taika Waititi. I said, meet me by the rotisserie chickens.
Actually, what trailers do you think we're going to get? I feel like there's going to be trailers aplenty of this. I know this is a fickle sort of thing we do, Josh. We had a whole D23 or what was it? We had a whole D23 trailer breakdown episode planned, and nothing came out, and we're like, we'll just
that's right. Yeah.
I'm so can't wait to be on the show.
I think the only sure thing, there's no such thing as a sure thing, is Andor, just because it's in the can. And we haven't seen anything yet. Like, I think that is a 99.9% chance. I think Obi-Wan, if they do the Obi-Wan stuff the day before it comes out, they'll probably show the episodes, or the first episode at least, in the room. Maybe, who knows? I don't know what else. Like, they haven't. I don't like.
Well,
Like Rebels, they could probably. I mean, so Bad Batch, if they might already have enough to show an episode. So if they don't show an episode, they'll show a trailer or a clip from the first episode.
yeah. Look, with Bad Batch, I wouldn't be surprised if they do show a first episode, because they did do that with
Resistance.
Yep. Now, with Andor, my only thing is about not having a trailer is that, you know, Obi-Wan is then on, you know, it's just started. Would they put the trailer for the next thing while this current thing is still on? That's, you know, they don't really tend to do that. They tend to wait till, you know, that one thing is done before they start promoting the next thing. They don't really like a crossover.
I think
I know,
because it's celebration.
sounding negative.
Because it's celebration, they will. If there was no celebration, they would wait. But I think because they've got stuff to show, they can probably show something pretty, you know, they can probably show something without giving too much away and give a little sizzle. I don't know about Mando season 3, whether they'll show anything. Maybe they'll show a scene or something from the first episode if it's cut together, if they've got something like that, but potentially. I don't think any of the other stuff's even started filming yet. Has Ahsoka even started filming? I don't think so.
I think it's
Who knows?
started filming in March.
Okay, maybe there will be something, but
You know, all my spies here in Sydney.
your spies, your Botham spies are. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
as far as like an actual trailer, like in the traditional sense, or teaser trailer, whatever you call it, I think Andor is the only sure thing. I reckon, just because other stuff's kind of in flux. You know, there's the Acolyte. We don't really know anything about that. Obviously, the Rangers of the New Republic isn't around anymore. Ahsoka, we don't know. There's some talk about like another animation project. Who knows? That thing where the
Grammar Rodeo.
Yeah, I think
That's a stranger thing in space.
Well, Grammar Rodeo is from the Simpsons episode. So the episode where they steal the car and they go to the Sun Sphere or wherever it is, they say that they're going to the Grammar Rodeo. That's the excuses where they say that they're going.
The
Like,
spelling
I've been selected
contest,
to
but-
attend the Grammar Rodeo. And so I reckon it's like a play on that, where it's some kids getting into trouble, or, you know, that's the whole like tie-in of why it's called that. Like some Jedi kids get into trouble or get in over their head, like Bart and the kids do in the car.
Yeah, apparently it's 4 kids, sort of in the High Republic times, getting up to a whole bunch of shenanigans, and yeah, it's the whole Grammar Rodeo sort of secret double entendre meeting.
We're not going to a Grammar Rodeo. That's or however it goes down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just all the. There'll be a lot to review. I think, you know, they might just, you know, give us like screenshot or PowerPoint presentations, sort of like maybe something there's not going to be a trailer, but they'll give you some. They'll give you some sizzle just to get the juices flowing.
Yeah. There'll definitely be some High Republic Phase 2 sizzle, because Phase 1 has just ended. I think even the comics have ended for High Republic. Not that I follow the comics very well. But yeah, to bring it back to Andor, look, yes, behind the scenes, because we got one behind the scenes, and that one was way back in 2019, I think. Or was it 2020 when they started filming? It must have been 2020 when they started filming. It was the first week of filming. And then we've had nothing since. So I think, you know, they'll probably be more comfortable with a behind-the-scenes deal than a full, like, trailer. Because you think was it Last Jedi they did a behind-the-scenes at Celebration?
No, they showed the trailer. They both. Orlando, they showed the trailer, and they showed Rise of Skywalker at obviously the celebration we went to.
Yeah.
I would say trailer. I think you'll see some footage. They might show behind the scenes as well. I think that they've.
Don't you get my hopes
I think
up.
they've got a lot to show. Like you said, they've filmed the whole thing. It's in the can. It's been sitting in the can for a while. It's ready to roll. I don't think you're going to get an episode, but I think they're going to. I think there'll be a fair bit of Andor in there, but we'll see. We'll we'll have the recorder going in the room. If I get in, and I know you'll be in there, but if I get into and I'm sitting, I'll probably be 45 meters away from Andor, and you'll be 2 meters to Andor. So maybe we can't record the reaction, but
you have a responsibility.
well, if I can't get
many
in,
members of the internet.
if I can't get in, like I'll have to give the recorder to Maria. If you end up going in with Maria, and she's your chaperone, she'll come out. She's
That's
like,
the right word for
she's
it.
like, God damn it! Like Catherine was going mental. I had to sit her down, and we had to sedate her, and it was a whole thing. And anyway, thanks guys for dropping in, and it was nice to chat after I've been in isolation for a week by myself in my bedroom, just hanging out, playing Red Dead, Struthers style.
Oh, Jesus.
For like the third time.
You clocked 2,400 hours like he has?
No, not quite. Not was it 100 days straight or whatever it is. I mean, we'll chat obviously more as it gets closer, and I think we'll try and maybe we'll do an episode before we take off, and we know a bit more solidly about what we got, what we didn't get, all that kind of stuff, and then you guys will be on the blog pods and the daily podcasts and stuff that we do anyway. So people better get used to hearing from you because it's going to keep on rolling on, I think.
No, thank you for having me. It was good fun to chat, and mate, I know how you yearn for some social attention after a week long of isolation. You just lose the ability to socialize normally. So that's good to have those avenues, and great to chat as always.
Anything you guys want to plug before we shut this baby off? Catherine, you're all good?
Yeah, all good.
Catch me in the Andor panel.
Yeah, I've been incredibly slack on my own podcast. It's been a term. Now comedy festival's on, which is busy time of year.
Someone's got to sit in the front row.
Yeah, front row's the best.
How about you, Matt?
If I don't take the front row, then idiots might take it.
That's true.
And you don't want that.
That's true. How about you, mate? Podcast is kicking on as always.
Yeah, no, we've been doing all right. I think we had a little bit of a break. We went really hard for like the 7 weeks of Boba, and now we're sort of just having a little break here and there. Dylan and I went on Star Walking last week, and I think we're due for a couple of episodes, and then the pilgrimage begins, and I'll be that annoying guy from 3 Men and a Baby Yoda podcast. That,
so look out for me.
Get
that on a t-shirt.
Exactly. I was harassed by that guy from 3 Men and a Baby Yoda podcast.
There's a sticker for you. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for listening. As we mentioned, the t-shirts are on TeePublic now if you want one of those. If you want a beanie, sorry, they're all gone. Bad luck. If we end up doing something else, I'll post about it, and if not, we'll see you when we see you. So thank you again, guys.
See you, mate.
Thanks,
see
Josh.
You, Catherine.
See you later.
Bye.